I'm Deborah Murray. I'm a senior attorney with the Southern Environmental Law Center. Part of our work is focused on curbing mountaintop removal coal mining. Let me take just a moment to describe this destructive method of coal mining. First, the mountain forests are clear-cut, and then the tops of the mountains are literally blown off with explosives to expose the underlying coal seams. The tremendous amount of rock and dirt that's left, the so-called overburden, is then pushed into nearby valleys, burying everything in its path. This practice has devastating impacts on wildlife and habitat and on communities which depend on mountain streams for clean water. In January of 2009, we sued the Bush administration to block its 11th hour regulation that would give the green light to more mountaintop mining removal. The Bush administration rule was in effect gutting a requirement that had been in place since 1983 that required coal mine operators to maintain a 100-foot buffer on each side of a stream. And that's important because in Appalachia, where the slopes are so steep, that is the typical method of getting rid of the so-called overburden, is just simply to push it in the adjacent valleys which contain the headwater streams. In response to our lawsuit, the new administration has admitted one of our key claims, agreeing with us that the Bush administration violated the law by making these rule changes without consulting with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service on the potential impacts on threatened and endangered species. It was very important to get rid of the Bush administration rule, but much more needs to be done. And that is because mountaintop removal coal mining operations, even under the 1983 stream buffer zone rule, have destroyed hundreds of miles of Appalachian streams. That is in part a result of lax enforcement and lax interpretation of the 1983 rule. We are encouraged that the Secretary of the Interior has also promised to take a new look at the 1983 rule and to issue new interpretive guidance with the aim of protecting water quality. We will be following this issue very closely to hold the administration to its promise. Thank you so much for your attention and your support. Please check our website regularly for frequent updates. Thank you.